All right, I'm going to go through this episode one last time. I got to do it in a real fast way because I'm running out of time. But I'm just looking at all these places, and they all just say no, which is wrong. Now, the thing is, here it is, Charlotte Amalia. I don't know what they do there, but that's what I want to know. I don't care who owns what. I want to know who's been visiting and what they have been doing. Because this, from here to here, that's 7 miles. From here to here, that's maybe 3 miles. And from here to here, that is 200 meters. You can swim that distance. I mean, if you look, it's 2 kilometers from the center of this island. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 kilometers over here, could be 14 anyway. If I zoom out, it's less than the size of a pixel right now. And there's Florida, okay? So, I mean, it's smaller than this lake, the distance between these 2 islands. And you could literally get in a rowboat, and you could get from point A to point B in, an hour and a half, bring some water, or less, if you were, really good at rowing, I guess, 2 hours if you sucked at it. And that's the thing is that the other properties are here and here where you could swim across. And then, the thing is, here's the airport. You could land here, go straight there, and if you want to go have some privacy, go back. Or, go get settled and then head out there for a couple of days or weeks or whatever. How the hell do we know? It's such a small area, and to say that, there's a lot of places that are only, 7 miles from end to end. There could be so many people living there, and probably none of them know anything about what's been going on. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. That's just really hard for me to swallow. These people, they run in the same circles. They're friends. They're not going to meet. They're not going to hang out. Maybe. But then why the cover-up? Because the top 10 so-called debunkings, they make a verdict, false. It's not false. It's a bit of hyperbole, that's all. Because the way corruption works, and I'm from an area where there's a lot of corruption, is people, they put all their assets with a person who, is a known criminal. It's like a pseudonym, and this person is basically kind of a money launderer. Because there's no punishment for people who have, in some areas anyway, who have tremendous financial obligations, criminal obligations. They compile a lot of debt by defrauding people and getting sued, and they can't pay it, so they get a travel ban. There's no execution, there's no prison time, and then people they can use as a body double. You get a lot of money and pay somebody as a body double to sit in your place while you use their ID and travel abroad. And all you got to do is put some tape on your fingers to pass a biometric scan if you find someone who looks like you. Because the biometric scans are really not that good. So this is the second top hit on Google. It's not loading. This fact check here, the reason I'm saying that people, they usually have somebody else holding their wealth, and it could be a criminal, but it's usually a relative or a close friend. And this says that the islands are far away from each other, which is not true, so that's an outright lie. And we know that Reuters lies all the time. It's a political magazine, or I should say a rag. So yeah, they live right next to each other. It doesn't say that his brother owns the island, owns the acre on the island. And he sold 1/3 of the acre, which is not all of it, so he still owns land here. And this is a debunking article that shows where the properties are. Right? So the way people do things is they put their assets in the hands of a friend or a relative, and they have to launder their money. You know, if you're a white-collar criminal and you don't want to get caught, you must launder your money. That's just the way it works. And people, they pay politicians to do things. So here we go. James' wife, roughly an acre. That's enough for an 8-bedroom, 4-bathroom house, or 2 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses, plus 2 large front, back, and side yards. That's 4 yards. So, I mean, they could have a huge compound on an acre. But they only need a shack because they probably were staying on Epstein Island, and I don't know why anyone would believe otherwise. This is Miss Barr. This is the people that wrote that article, and well, I don't want to say that there aren't sensible Islamic people. I mean, I think there are a lot of people, the majority of people in every religion are pretty sensible, but I think as far as minors are concerned, in recent times, the Muslim religion has been the least advocative of children's rights. Let me put it that way. I don't want to say that either. I don't want to say that they're not advocating, but I'll say that there seems to be more people, and this is just from the media that I digest, so I know that I could be absolutely wrong about this, and I know that most Muslims are not caliphate, and I really have so much respect for the majority of their religious teaching, but you know, getting married to an 8-year-old or an 11-year-old or whatever, that's in their book, and there are people who stand behind that as a behavior that's acceptable today, but society has evolved. And anyway, Hunter M. Lewis is a political activist. Another reason not to believe. I mean, that's obviously why these facts are wrong. They're wrong. He does own an island because a person is linked by blood and spirit to his family. So, and obviously there's some financial interweaving. So unless you can show me that Biden hasn't been there, that Joe Biden has not been to that island and visited that property, then this claim that he does not is wrong. So here's the next one, published by Dan Evian, who is nobody. Writer on All About Bikes. No face. It says it's false, and this is Snopes, one of the worst magazines ever because they're always wrong. Yeah, totally wrong. Just totally wrong. You know, if you look at these other ones too, these are all not. I mean, look at this. Children aren't immune to COVID. Who the hell do you think you are? You know. Almost immune. So what's with this stupid title? What is with this stupid title? No, children are not almost immune. If you put a child in a dangerous situation because a child is quote unquote almost immune, you're going to get a child killed. I've seen a lot of children with COVID. So, I mean, I'm in an area where they really didn't do anything about COVID, and a lot of the kids got sick. And it was disgusting. So that's that jackass. You can take his word for it. And then this says right away, Newsweek. It's debunked, so we know that Newsweek is full of it too. What is false news, right? well, I'm not saying I love Trump either. Not a huge fan, but I mean, you can tell just by looking at this guy. So the only thing you need to do to be the leader of the free world is be a disgusting pervert, I guess. And let me just say this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's not a disgusting pervert. So why hasn't he proven it? Why hasn't he proven it? He can say, I've never been there. You know, it's just like, you know, the woman that he pushed up against the wall and attacked. It was a long time ago. Why not apologize? Why not set an example and get our respect for that? You know, you're just like Trump. Well, not just like him. Probably a lot worse. Yeah, just fess up, man. And all you need to do to be the leader of the free world is be a lying pervert. So, I mean, I understand, you know, like with women and men, there are a lot of emotions and there's a lot of mixed signals and what all. But, you know, people forgive and they should forgive. And the only way to give forgiveness is to apologize. The other option is absolution, and that's what she's given you. I mean, she's gone to the extent that she says, you know, I don't care what you did to me, you know, we need this president. But, man, it's just so crazy that we keep voting for one messed up guy or another when we have such better options.